This is my home, and that's me. My name's Jake. You could maybe say that I opted for a less conventional life, but I guess I started running at a young age. I've always been running, out of classrooms, away from school, but there's something I never did back away from, and that's an adventure. You join me for this one, 3 months, living off-grid, in Scotland. These were our final hours in England, our time to get prepared, wash the van down and enjoy a final evening. So, we hit a campsite for the night to replan our water, grab a shower, and what we were most shocked at was that we witnessed the Northern Lights for the evening. The day had come to move, to head north, to where would be our new home, Scotland. Greeted by surreal scenery in the Scottish lowlands, we settled in for the night. Our first day in country, we decided to see the place from a height. It felt like we'd driven out of autumn and climbed ourselves up, straight into winter. We've been coming up here for the last sort of 2-3 winters, but only sort of staying around the West Highlands area. And this time, we're pretty much staying for the whole winter. We're pretty much up here until another drastic move, which will happen at some point in the coming months. But for the foreseeable, we're living in Scotland, and that's a bit mental really, because this is the first time up here that the van's been done, that everything's been squared, that I think I got bored of saying to Beggs, oh, when Bo's done, when Bo's finished, when the van's squared, oh, when this. And now it's done. This van's... There's things I'm going to change about it in the future. Any person that's got a van or has had a van build knows that when you do that first conversion, it ain't the one that's going to stay. Don't get me wrong, I will do stuff to this van, but for now, it's extremely livable by winter. It's always been extremely livable by summer, but we've struggled in the winters of past. So to now be up here knowing that the snow's coming, knowing that the freezing weather's coming, knowing that we can go and bag Munros to our heart's content and do mountain days like they're nothing and come back to the diesel eater running comfort, it's another level. It really is, and I'm just super thankful to van life in Scotland. I'll get the dinner on anyway, sorry.
Yeah, get the dinner on, love.
Sorry, madam. Chicken tikka. Well, it's chicken tikka or korma. We're not very spice heads. We're not very good with spice heads, are we? Absolutely not. Right, chicken, onion. We'll do the onions and peppers first. Because, like, dirty boards and all that sort of thing. This is what we really needed. It had been a long summer apart from each other, adventuring and exploring separate. It was now time to come back together, enjoy the van, enjoy the wilderness, and enjoy some recovery time.
We took the beautiful lighting on the mountains as a chance to take a low-level walk. It was such a stunning morning, and it reminded me of something out of Yellowstone. It's respectful in Scotland to stay no longer than 2 nights when living by vehicle. So once these were up, we hit the road. And my gosh, were they stunning. If you'd have given me a full tank of fuel, I'd have driven these roads till they ran out. But it was time to return to the real world, to grab some groceries. We were now all fooded up, fridge stocked and shelves loaded, but we were in need of something else. A shower. It had been about 4 or 5 days now since we got to Scotland, so we were in need of somewhere to wash our bodies and our clothes. So we headed to the Red Squirrel campsite in Glencoe. After 5-6 days of dry and crisp and even snowy weather up on the peaks, Scotland returned to type, and it gave us a wet, rainy, clitter-clatter of rain on the roof for this lovely autumn evening. So I decided to edit, get some photos done, and enjoy a nice evening and a pretty mishmash meal with the girl.
Nachos, cheese, salsa, black olives, bottle of vino. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. That's what I say. Right, let's just scram this out of the thing, innit? Because washing up and shit. Boshta, ala kushti, ala kushti. Black olives, roasted.
Black
one.
nachos.
They're not that burnt. They
You
are.
said that.
No, they are, look.
Oh, it's better than nothing, isn't it?
We need a side bowl for burnt ones. I literally have one job. Put nachos in tray, salsa on top of nachos, cheese on top of salsa, black olives on top of cheese. Put in oven, get out before burn.
Yeah.
Burn it.
Oh well. Oh, nice. Is it crispy?
Cheese. Probably about £1 worth of cheese. About £4, £2 a piece, dinner. It's not healthy.
Snacky.
It's just snacky, not healthy.
On the road.
Every now and again sort of dinner in it.
Waking up in this campsite didn't feel like a campsite. There was trees everywhere, surrounded by forest, a stunning river out back. I got a brew on and just enjoyed it for a little while. Did some washing and then got on with that much needed shower. This is where I kind of stopped filming for a few days because I had really bad back pain. And I was trying to hold it together in these shots here, but I was really suffering with it. It wasn't until disaster struck that I picked the camera back up again.
So, last night was pretty carnage. We woke up in the night and... let me rewind a minute. When I went to do the washing last night, I looked at the sign on the door and it said, basically, campers beware, strong winds inbound, yellow, red warnings or whatever for wind. And rain and stormage. And, well, they were right, because it's been 70-mile-an-hour winds blowing through this campsite. And what I didn't expect in the middle of the night was to hear a massive crash like a massive bang. Literally, it woke me and Bex up. We both shot up in bed and were like, what the heck was that? It sounded like it was on the roof, on the side of the van. We didn't even know what it was. We were literally like, what the heck? And my instant thought was, there's a telephone wire there, like on the big wooden upright. I thought that had fell down and like landed on the van. I was like, no way. This like cannot be happening. My second thought was that it was someone's like table and chairs from another pitch that had like flown over.
So that bush out there, about sort of 15 foot away,
Is where I found this. Bent up, face down, and bent to within an inch of its life. I don't know if you can see the actual crease and bend in that.
So that was the extent of the wind in the night, up to 70 odd mile an hour apparently, and it ripped that off. And not only did it rip it off, like I said, it's just bent it, it's absolutely shattered it. So there's 200 watt of solar down, which weighs about 5-6 kilograms. So it ripped that off the roof, 5-6 kilograms, threw it across the roof, which is what the clattering noise we heard was. And then when I went outside to do the inspection, not only did it clatter across the roof, the matching solar panel to that, the other 200 watt blacked out one, the corner of that poked a hole in that and completely shattered that as well. So that's still bolted to the roof. But I've got to get that off before we leave here, otherwise it's going to leave a trail of shattered glass behind us as soon as we drive away. So yeah, it's not been the best night, and we've now got no solar on the van. Well, sorry, I've got 100 watts. That's going to make a real chunk in overcast weather like this, isn't it? It's wet and wild out there, man. I've managed to get both panels off, unscrewed them. I want filming because, like, you can see the state of the camera, all the water on it now. Both panels are off, and there's somewhere to put them as well. They've got like a scrap metal slash big bulky items thing going on at the scrapyard on the campsite, so I don't feel bait about leaving them. So we'll chuck them in there on the way out. But I'm drenched now, cold. My shorts, Crocs and shorts. What? November. So yeah, is it November or is it October? October. Shows how much I know. I'm gonna go and get a shower, get warm, and then we will dip-dop-do out of here. Oh, I need to. The connections for the solar, I've put a bag round. I need to go and tape it up so they don't get water ingress into them and blow my electric system up. I'm probably going to disconnect the solar completely because I've only got 100 watt up there and it's probably going to do cackle. But yeah, this isn't ideal really, but you know, cheerfulness in the face of adversity and all that good pish. We shall push on.
After taking a shower and getting warm again, it was time to leave. We survived our first week in Scotland. Van life's a struggle as it is, but when you have the weather combined with ripped off solar panels, it can take a little bit of a toll. I mentioned previously that if I had a full tank of fuel, I'd drive these roads until they ran out. And this week, that's exactly what I do.
We have an amber warning zone across western Scotland, gusts here 70 to 80 miles an hour, challenging conditions to come. The winds will peak through this evening and during the first part of the night as those very strong winds combined with heavy, squally, potentially thundery downpours merging.
Over the last 5 days, it has been a little bit carnage for van life in Scotland. We obviously lost the solar last week. That went AWOL due to the mass storms that were hitting the area. We actually ended up on a mountain pass the other day, not knowing that that still was going to continue, and it actually felt like the van was going to blow over. Like this was on another level, and I genuinely thought at points the van was going to go. We were sitting on one side of the van, the side that was getting hit by the wind, thinking hopefully this stops it from going over, because it was rocking like mess in the suspension about. It was crazy. But yeah, today we're going to head down to a lock to go and give it a visit, have a little walk around, and then go from there really. I've not really got a massive plan for today. But what I do need to get fixed and have a work on is, although I fixed this overhead storage the other day, this one's now gone, and so is this one. So I'm going to fix those quickly. Let's go. I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. I need to sort these out. They just break all the time. And the problem is, these little clasps go. I've got like those ones that sort of, it fits like a ball into that to replace it. But like I said before, I've got to like add some wood behind to put those on to do it. And I'm going to change these wooden pine bits. I'm going to get rid of those because they're heavy as hell, man. They're really heavy bits of wood. Not really heavy, but they're pretty heavy. And my thought is if I like replace these with like a really thin bit of like 4mm ply and then put a band around it like a picture frame of pine, it'll sort of save like probably 4 kilos over all the boards. So I just want to try and make this place more lightweight, man. Not because it's over, but because I want to be able to get up mountain passes without the engine sound like it's going to explode. I'm going to start up now, well, pack up, start up, and then I'm going to head down and go and pick Bex up because she's walking down this road towards a lock, and I'm going to go and catch up with her and pick her up. And then we'll go down, and I'm feeling like not a bacon butty or something. We'll do something, get a bit of grub down us.
I swiftly turned Bo back from house mode into van mode. I then spent a quick minute gathering together the array of dirty tissues, empty crisp packets and beer cans left behind by the last inhabitant of this park-up. It's our duty as nomads to leave these places better than when we found them, or we'll lose them.
Should we get a sarnie on?
Sarnie.
Sarnie McBarney. Baguette. What do you want for dinner for later? Burgers? Do burgers?
Can we catch the fish out of this lock and right on the barbie?
Mate, that is actually mammoth. It's hanging off. Look at the size of that beast. Cool. Smashed it, girl outdoors. Smashed it. I mean, I think the only thing that saved it is my awesome bacon cooking skills. There's so much trouble. I know this is a bitch move, but I'm gonna have to cut it in half. These knives are actually the Don for like kitchen utensils. I'll put them in my Amazon thing below because honestly, recommend. Turbo recommend. This is going to fall apart. And I need you more than ever.
Yeah, man.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Do you know what the one is?
What's that?
Chicken mayo.
Mm-hmm.
The bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Avocado in, what's the bread called? Ciabatta. You have to put it in the oven for a bit.
Chewbacca. Are we an old married couple? We're cruising around Scotland in a motorhome, eating sandwiches, looking out the windows in the rain. This is the life to it.
Just alive.
Maybe it was the mountain air, or the breeze coming in off the sea, but that comment had made me realise something. This was the life. 2-3 years ago, I'd left the British Army with some hopes and dreams of what I expected van life to be. I'd come to realise I was living in those dreams. The things that I'd set in motion all those years ago had now come to tuition. It was now reality. We left this blustery vale, found somewhere where the wind wasn't quite as chaotic, and cooked our dinner for the night.
Them onions are doing my eyes in. Are they doing yours in?
No, I didn't cut them though.
Whoa. Onion. Oh. Ah.
Holy, what?
Jen, that's really stinging, man. Holy mother of onion.
Holy moly. Is it still there?
No, it's just eased up. I think it's because I shut my eyes.
They are potent.
Jeez. I googled it the other day and I can't remember what it said, but it's something to do with like the...
No, I googled it. Do you remember?
Oh, was it?
Either on the turn. No. No, what did it? I can't even remember now. It wasn't anything to do with their eyes. It's more to do with the onion. Because I thought it was first time.
Yeah, going blind.
Cataracts.
Cataracts.
Is that the boat or the thing in your eye?
No, that's a catamaran. That's a catamaran. The boats. Who's going to carry the boats? I'm going to carry the boats. Not with this back, I'm not.
Yeah.
I ain't carrying now with this back. You know what I just realised?
What?
Last week when I was filming in that park up
Which one?
and I was cooking and I said, let's have a curry.
Yeah.
I went, oh, we've got chicken. We had fajitas last night and we're having curry tonight.
Yeah, you're
And
doing
I've
it
just
again.
realised now that we're having fajitas tonight.
It looks like
And then
that's all
tomorrow
we
we're
eat.
having curry. We do eat stuff other than curry and chicken,
It's our
and
big-
the absolute abysmal dish that was just nachos and sauce last week.
Oh yeah.
That was
Yeah.
actually quite embarrassing to even put on camera.
It was that snacky bit, wasn't it?
It was a snappy bit. It was a snappy bit.
It was amazing to get the deck chairs out. We've been battling the elements for the last week, so being able to eat outside again was a welcome treasure. We got ourselves an early night because the next day we were heading north to Fort William. The plan was simple: wash our clothes, resupply on water, and wash ourselves. And then we were going to be heading north. North. We stopped off in Glencoe to have a quick swim. I got some work done while Becky was swimming with a friend that she met from the local area. We then pushed on to Fort William to find our park up for the night at the base of Ben Nevis, the tallest mountain in the United Kingdom. In the 2 nights that we ended up spending here, I topped the van up with oil as she was calling for it and just gave her a general look over because we were about to put some serious miles on her. We got the washing done, which is always such a welcomed luxury, especially when the campground's facilities are so good. But the next morning, we got off early because it was a mountain day, our first in over 10 days. After getting washed and shaved, we fired up the van to get to that mountain. I was so excited to get out for a day of fun. Felt like we'd been cramped in the van for weeks, just because the weather had been so carnage. I'd also dropped my camera the night before and completely destroyed it. So I was pretty upset about that, and this helped me take my mind off it. I left the filming behind for a few days, just because I had to shoot on my phone and it didn't really feel the same. So here you join me in Inverness, the capital of the Highlands. Our final stretch, before the roads really did run out. I'd had a new camera delivered to Inverness, so I was back in.
It's genuinely mad now walking. Woo! That was a big old lorry blast. It's genuinely mad now driving down this road in my van when, like, 3-4 months ago, I was walking down it on the final trail of Land's End.
to John O'Groats. And I actually remember this roundabout specifically because I went, whoa! There was this 4x4 red Sprinter, well, the same as my brother's Sprinter, but in 4x4 mode, jacked up, and I was like, yo, that looks sick. And here we are, cruising along in Bilbo Baggins. That's actually not a short term for Bo. Like, that's just, like, it's not Bo because Bilbo Baggins, it's Bo because Bo boxer. I'm saying Bo boxer. Anyway, onward till the roads run out. We stopped en route to check out some of the hidden secrets. And my, this was a good secret to stop for. Man, this is serious autumn time luxury. Like, it is just absolutely littered in a flurry of orange leaves. It's just gorgeous, man. Crazy traversing the same roads and trails that I'd just been walking months before, telling Becky about all the carnage things that had happened. The roads straightened and degraded, starting to look like old military roads. With that, the wildlife and magic scenery picked up. We slept the night on a cliff, overlooking the ocean. The next morning, the roads really did run out. And we made it to the most northerly point of mainland Britain. Our current location, Dunnet Head, the most far northerly point in Great Britain. We're going to eat our dinner and then we're going to drive 2 hours away because we're going to go and climb a Munro at sunrise in the morning. The name of the Munro that we're climbing tomorrow morning at 0 hours.
Ben Hope.
Not 0 hours and 00 hours, but 0 hours in the AM.
In the AM.
Ben Hope.
Yeah, Ben Hope.
You're hoping that I'm going to get out of bed at dawn?
We're hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sunrise is earlier now. It's
It is, yeah.
6:30.
Clocks have gone back. Either way, leftovers from last night and then hit the road. We chucked the pin in and set off for our 2-hour road move. The winter nights were rolling in, so it was by dark even though it was only 5:30 in the evening. We passed a few signs saying that it was unsuitable for HGV and motorhomes, but Bo's pretty nimble and she handled it like a champ. The next morning saw us at the base, but not the base of any mountain. This is Ben Hope. This is the furthest north Munro on the UK mainland.
had a change of threads and we're just trying to get a bit warm, man. It was very blustery up there. What am I looking for? My water bottle. Oh, a bit blustery up there. It was a bit carnage, so we're just trying to get warm now. The diesel heater's just been slammed on and we're going to do some wraps, haven't we? Have a bit of chicken fajitas. Yes, the van's in absolute turbo clip, but you know, we're getting there, we're working through it. That was quite a hard mountain, wasn't it?
Yeah, tough going.
It was just, it's not big, it's like 950 metres or something, but it was pretty relentless underfoot, being like bog and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But, you know, we've had some probably easy... Didn't I replace the water before we left? Or did I not?
I can't remember.
Oh, man. We're out of water.
Water is like liquid gold on the road. Every van lifer knows it, that if you don't have it, you're in trouble. There's a saying along the van life community, and that's no water, no washing. I'm just kidding, I made that up on the spot right now, but sounds about right. After a little bit of work, we're ready for dinner.
Awesome. Yeah, it gives
On
it a
the
bit...
side?
Gives it... No, in the wrap.
Oh, really?
Gives it a bit of crunch, doesn't it?
I don't know if this is on the tan.
It looks a bit whack. Don't look right, does it? Is it buggered? What's that?
They go bubbly.
Ah, it's buggered then, innit? They have been in there quite a while.
Yeah.
What's the death date on that? The death date doesn't do it. Your roll does not usually look like that.
They do.
No, they
They
don't.
do. You got to learn from the best.
Have these wraps gone off? Falling apart?
No, it's technique.
No, I do, I don't start. No, I do, baby.
Well, it's quite nice actually.
Believe it or not, we do have stuff in our fridge that is within the date parameters of edibility. The weather had taken a wet and wild turn for the worst, so that was our cue to pack up and head off.
So we're going to move Park Ups about an hour and 10 north. Well, there is no further north to go now really, so we're going to move Park Ups an hour and 10 to... It's very wet and windy, it's very rotten outside like you've seen. A lot of people will say there's no such thing as bad weather, just inappropriate clothing for said weather. But what I will tell you in advance is that I've done a... Am I stuck? Have we sunk? Now we're good. I actually thought we were stuck then. Because it's not... It's pretty muddy. What happened there? I'm reversing straight off back until I get onto this tarmac because I thought I was stuck then, and that is not cool. Considering this road is like 20 minutes, probably like half an hour, 40 minutes in length until you get back to a main road. Getting stuck here would not be cool. Right, traction control off. Pretty dirt road.
Bex had walked ahead while I squared away some van admin, and the rain had picked up. So once I got over some bumpy bits, I punched the gas.
Oh my gosh, she's drenched. It's like this all evening, we can't stay here and go fishing. Cool. Flipping heck.
We soon punched from a highland aesthetic onto white sand beaches and turquoise oceans.
It's dry.
Yeah, it's not rained up here. We're down that glen, yeah.
Unfortunately, that comment was short-lived as the rain set in for the rest of the night. The next morning I woke up with a sense of adventure, a real urge to just get outside. After making a cup of tea and checking out the other rigs parked in this campground, I headed out to the beach. We'd spent a lot of time on the road recently, driving, getting the miles in to sort of bring ourselves round this NC500. Now we're in the north, it felt like we could slow down, throw on some shorts and be a kid again.
As much fun as I've just had, I cannot feel my feet. What a beautiful place. But I need to go and get my feet digits in front of the fire, because it's cold.
The agenda for sunset was simple. We were but miles away from one of the most prestigious landmarks on the NC500. After a little bit of dinner, we set off down to a spectacle that I'd wanted to witness for years.
Come on, I'm getting the ultra legs in. Ha, ha, ha. All right, girl outdoors. Beautiful place, isn't it? We just jumped into the spa quickly, man, because we haven't seen a shop in quite some time, and yeah, we grabbed a little bit of a haul. We've got like licorice and wine and Tony's chocolate and yeah, some other snacky bits and naughty. Whoa, I just got blinded by the lights. Yeah, so we grabbed a little bit of a haul. And we're going to bounce off. We've got about a 10-minute drive. We're going to go and park up for the night, find somewhere nice to sleep. And I don't really know what the plan is going forward, to be fair. We're going to see what the weather's saying tomorrow. It'd be nice to get out on a camp out. Feel like this body has not experienced a wild camp in some time and need it. And so does Bex. Bex, you need that stuff too, don't you? Need a bit of a camp out. Feel it in the bones after a while. And yeah, we're going to get out of the front of this shop now because this big extra long wheelbase beastie is blocking off their front door. But I want to eat some of this, man. This is a big chunky bag, guys. This is some American stuff feeling right here. RJ's. Proudly palm oil free. Free. I hope it's good. It's raspberry flavoured. Raspberry flavoured licorice. That's good. I like it.
I could bite.
Yeah. That's good licorice, yeah. And it don't taste like the proper minging,
No, it doesn't.
overly dark stuff. It's a moody old evening.
The excitement of our newfound snacky bits almost ended in catastrophe after a very dark coloured cow decided he wanted to...
Sat in the road!
Okay, now, Jesus, brother! Your face! No!
Luckily, the rest of the drive to the park up that night wasn't as punchy, but the views were spectacular. The courtesy lunchtime baguette made an appearance, and Bex kindly went outside to grab some rather muddy chocks.
God, blimey.
We hit the road again, with the day's aim to find a campsite to get ourselves washed, and Bo resupplied on water. Because you know what they say, no water, no washy. As much as I love the extra space in the van of not having a shower, I think it's getting to that point where it's going to cost me a lot more keep going to campsites now it's winter than it will to just build one.
I don't even remember the last thing that I filmed at this point. I'm not even gonna lie, I genuinely do not know. But what I do know is right now I've put a camera on in the way, which means I'm gonna get these, picking up a pepper, spag bowl. Woo! I once got judged for the way that I cut pepper, but I mean, everyone cuts peppers differently, don't they? So this is how Gordon Ramsay cuts it. So if you judge it in the comments, go and write on Gordon Ramsay's blog post and see what he says. Because I guarantee there'll be a lot more swearing. Where are we currently? Do you know?
We are.
I ain't got a Scooby, to be honest with you. We're back on the west though, aren't we? We've tipped over the northern. The north. We've tipped over the north coast now, and we're back technically onto the west coast, aren't we?
Like 20 minutes south of Kinloch Burby, aren't we?
20 minutes south of Kinloch Burby. Why is it always the onions, man? Always do me dirty. Feels good to be showered and shaved. Honestly, that shower. You didn't get the same one as me, did you? It was hardcore, man. Jet Wash City. Jet Wash City. I was like that. Ooh, yeah. Getting my back into it, getting jet washed on my back, man. I felt like, you know, get sorting out all the knots and that.
We didn't realise, but we'd arrived on the 5th of November. And if you don't know, in the United Kingdom, that's bonfire night. The next morning, we set off, continuing our anti-clockwise loop of the North Coast 500. We'd now filed our way down to the northwestern realms of Scotland. With the autumn leaves in full bloom, we found ourselves in this stunning Lochside park up.
Give me some of that. 999, 1,000. Flipping heck. I went off the edge there. I'm going to get some stuff sorted on the van today. I need to sort out, if you remember back to a couple of weeks ago, I lost the solar panels. There was a storm, it ripped them off, 70-mile-an-hour winds, and since then, I didn't patch up the existing cables that were on the roof. I wrapped a bag round them and hoped for the best. In doing so, I didn't actually plug them into anything. So now I think there's like a bit of an open circuit. Said open circuit is bagged up, so no water gets into it. Whether that's worked, I don't know. But I'm gonna get on the roof and check it out because there's a little bit of electrical dramas going on in the van. The fridge will kick in, the lights drop, a little bit of a power surge situation we've got going on. And nobody likes a power struggle, so I'm gonna have a look at that, see if I can probably disconnect the final 100 watt of solar panel. I've got a bulb gone and some other bits, but before I waffle on too much, let's have a look at this scenery. You don't need to hear me in the background.
After checking out our new garden, it was time to make the camp feel a little more homely.
With the chairs out, it was time to start ticking away on this list of jobs.
Bex,
Yeah.
did you leave my Allen keys with your bike?
Right.
Bex,
Wasn't me.
where are my Torx Allens?
They're in Kyrgyzstan.
You're in so much shit. Oh, I don't need these on anymore because it's slipping, not even sunny. Right, okay. What's the next job? I need to do this solar thing, so let's sort that out. You're in the bad books, girl. Do you know that?
Without the necessary equipment to now change the bulb, I set off on the next task. First was further securing and waterproofing the electric system on the roof, followed by removing the canoe, getting it ready and down for tomorrow's adventure. Then completing the electrics job from earlier, on the inside this time.
Probably how mild it is today.
I know, it's lovely.
Yeah, it's like 16 degrees. But this wraps on the turn. Yeah, it's a bit like
Yeah, they all
cardboard.
work. Someone left. Pack it over.
After enjoying our dinner in a strangely mild temperature for Scotland this time of year, the chairs went away. So did we. The washing up got done. And we hit the hay for the night, ready for the next day's adventure. After enjoying a morning brew and getting all the gear squared, it was time to get the boat in the water. Followed by the gear.
I can't begin to explain how nice it is to be back out on the boat again and together as well. It's nice, isn't it? Stunning. There's stuff out here, but what a beautiful day. It don't feel like November, does it?
No, it's lovely.
Stunning. The scenery's just flipping heck. Right, I'm gonna carry on paddling before I get a paddle to the back of my head. Fire's roaring, jet ball's just doing its thing now, boiling its tea hats off, ready for tonight's grub.
We woke up under the tarp on one of the most beautiful islands I'd ever visited. The first port of call was coffee. Scooping water up straight from the loch, making coffee on a beach like this. under this sunrise. These are the mornings I live for. This island wasn't the same as the others. It differed in the trees that it had from the other islands surrounding it. They were all covered in Scots pine and low-level foliage. This one towered above the rest with old oak and holly trees. Amongst the graves dating back as far as 1888, I soon discovered something even more crazy. A collection of old pennies dating back as far as 1897. Placed into the surface of this tree by weary travellers over 100 years ago.
1897.
That's crazy. I wonder which penny she put in. Victoria. Went here and put a penny in. Yeah, she started this.
Queen Victoria.
Yeah.
And ever since, people have been putting pennies in. This one's 1939, the year that start of the Second World War. Just found this little note, and it's what someone's left to show that this place was visited here once by Queen Victoria. God save the King, and a small remembrance on the visit of Her Majesty's visit in 1877.
Oh, how it must have been to make that good trek, to scale the hills and the rocks of the northwest, to pass the hamlets of York, and for her to finally, the Queen of Europe, to reach those blessed shores.
And I wasn't expecting there to be so much history on here. Like I mentioned before, it's quite an island when you're paddling down the loch, because you see, I've just noticed actually there's a load more coins placed into this Scots pine here. When you're paddling down the loch, you see these islands, and everyone but this one is covered in Scots pine, and this one's got an array of holly and English oak. And just to think that people are buried here, and people have placed these pennies into the logs of this tree that was once standing over 100 years ago, over 140 years ago in some cases. It's crazy.
And so, like every other weary traveller, our time here came to an end. Until next time. And it was back home, to luxury and conveniences. Sometimes it's lovely to take yourself out and away from it, to really appreciate what you have.
Having ventured into Scotland in autumn, we'd seen the turn of the leaves into what now was winter. We'd witnessed mountains, insane park-ups, and driving roads that you could only dream about. It was now our time for the temperature to drop, and for us to witness the snow.
Hello, you join me as I'm just cooking up a little bit of rice and tuna, because I don't even know what time it is, man, but I'm getting peckish. Bex has just bounced out because we found a little park up that's got a shower, which is like a boop phone card, contactless. So yeah, she's going to go and wash her hair, and I'm going to have some grub, and then there was someone in the gents one, so he's just come back, so I'm going to go and do that in a minute. But yeah man, just having a little bit of grub. Basically, we're still in the Torridon area. We're going to do a 3-hour road move south to Fort William, because we need to do a food resupply, and we don't really want to head back up to, I can't remember the place that we last did a food resupply at, Tesco or wherever it was. There's a bit of inclement weather, you know what I mean? There's a bit of crap weather coming in over the next sort of week, so we're going to bounce back to Fort William. We're going to be heading back to England shortly to go to the Kendal Mountain Festival, and we've got to get some other bits done while we're down there. But yeah man, it's groovy. Just enjoying the bounce around. It's beautiful up here. I mean, the weather is actually a lot better today than it said it was going to be, and you've just seen the beautiful mountains then that are surrounding us. And what an absolute spot. In love, absolutely in love. I will be for sure coming back to this section. I'm going to pin it now. Where's my phone? Pin it and save it in my van life location spots, because what a cool place. Right, come on then, let's go for a shower. Let me get my plastic bag. What are we on today? Designer Spa. Spa today. You know, because you don't need to get all dressed up to go for a shower, do you? It's going to feel good to have a shower, because this is genuinely the first one in about 2 weeks. We got in the lock and had a wash, but other than that, pretty minging. Baby wipes and face washes in the sink. Face washes in the sink? Yeah. Feel minging. Yeah, look at the air. Grease fest. Let's go. Right, I'm looking like the Hair Bear bunch, Bex. God, you're looking very pretty and fresh.
No!
It's been, I said to her before, it's been about 2 weeks, hasn't it, since we've had a shower?
Yeah.
It's actually mad.
There's brown water coming up in the shower.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't good. I stepped into the shower thinking, these could do with a clean. And then on the way out, I thought, these could definitely do with a clean. Look at them mountains, man.
It's stunning.
Absolutely beautiful. Check this out.
I looked forward to the 3-hour drive that laid ahead of us. My uncle said to me recently about how his time driving around America made it all feel real, unrolling in front of you, through this big screen, your own huge telly, to watch the scenery around you unravel. It felt quite wrong, sad if anything, to be heading south. After spending a month passing shops merely every few days, it felt so strange to be back in such a built-up area.
Good morning from Fort William. How was the steak, Bex, last night?
Bloody lovely.
You're rather overexposed over there, aren't you? It was bloody lovely. We're now chilling here. We're about to bounce off to finally get that food resupply that we talked of. But quickly, this was the park up last night, and that's Ben Nevis. So, yeah, pretty nice little side view out of the van this morning. Gonna pack up now. We're pretty much sorted. Swivel that seat round, and it's resupply time for the old grubbage. Oh, do.
Fort William had felt like our home for the first month up here. A base to us, a place we'd always come back to food resupply and grab the odd shower. And odd it was. This was actually our last food resupply here for some time. We were heading back to England to complete some projects and see family for Christmas. We couldn't leave without one last visit to the Red Squirrel campsite in Glencoe. It was our final night in the wild Highlands of Scotland. It felt fitting to be out in the fresh air, a fire burning, a final night with Scotland surrounding us. It was the morning to leave Scotland, and it was a cold one. But after making the morning brew, I opened the door quite surprised to a beautiful winter wonderland. It was so much fun to be driving in the snow. It felt wrong to be heading south. As much as it did feel wrong heading south, it was another adventure, and I'm sure with time it'll come to reason, but I still wonder, and I think even the local wildlife did. When will we next return to this wild place?